Welcome back to another episode in the series of 1,000 Evidences for the LDS Church. This one, number 129, answers the question of whether or not elephants lived in the ancient Americas. The Book of Mormon does mention that elephants lived in the Americas, Ether chapter 9, verse 19. However, when the Spanish conquistadors arrived in America, they saw no elephants on either of the American continents. This has caused the critics to hoot and holler that the Book of Mormon is false. However, there is recently discovered proof of elephants, mastodons, and mammoths having existed in the ancient Americas and during the time span of the Book of Mormon. So instead of the question of the elephants being a problem, it turns out to be further evidence that the Book of Mormon is true. Scholars have produced evidence that the early American man had contact with elephants. Arrowheads and spear points have been found with skeletal remains of elephants. See Narrative and Critical History of America, edited by Justin Windsor, New York, AMS Press, 1967, page 438. Also, John Boyd Thatcher, Christopher Columbus, his life, his work, and his remains. The New York and London G.P. Putnam and Sons, 1903, Volume 2. And Francisco Clavigero, History of Mexico, Philadelphia, Thomas Dobson, 1817, page 19. Although some of the evidence of ancient man with the elephant in America predates Book of Mormon times, such as in prehistory, much evidence is dated concurrently with the time of the Book of Mormon period, from 2200 BC to 400 AD. For example, Scientific Monthly reports that a pictograph near Moab, Utah, appears to be an authentic link between Aboriginal man and the elephant or mastodon, for it is highly improbable that any primitive artist could have achieved so good a likeness without having seen such a creature or having at least seen a picture of one done by some fellow artist. See Scientific Monthly, 1935, volume 41, pages 378 to 379. Some of these were mentioned in Harris, Book of Mormon, A Message and Evidences, 1961, pages 87 through 92. There's even a possibility that in certain parts of the country, the mammoth may have lingered on up to as recently as 500 years ago. In several conversations with the writer, Professor William Berryman Scott, the Dean of American Paleontologists, has given it his opinion that had the first Spanish discoveries of America penetrated into the interior, it is quite possible that they might have met with the living mammoth. See also the Science, 1942, volume 95, page 380, etc. There's more sources, and this in the light of people who say there is no evidence. Many sources, a wealth of information. In Strong, in his valuable article, reproduced a Naskapi account concerning a creature called Kechitohusku. The story is too long to be set down in full here, especially as the body of it is not particularly significant. The really important point is the Native American description of the monster. When asked to describe Kechitohusku, the informant said that he was very large, had a big head, large ears and teeth, and a long nose with which he hit people. His tracks in the snow were described in their stories as large and round. C.W.D. Strong, American Anthropology, 1934, volume 36, pages 81 through 86. In another narrative, the beast is described as having teeth long enough to pierce 7 hunters, a lip as long as 7 paces, and an unconquerable strength. Only one animal could fit this description. This is according to F.G. Speck, American Anthropology, 1935, volume 37, pages 159 and 163, and 151 as well. 161, I'm sorry. Strong gives a number of other less graphic legends that may be briefly itemized. Number 1, Ojibwa and Iroquois, a vague belief concerning a large animal which could crush trees in its path. Number 2, Algonquian, the great moose, which used a 5th leg, or a trunk, rooted between its shoulders to prepare its bed. Number 3, Alabama and Coasati insist on translating man-eater, Atipa Tioa, as elephant. Number 4, Chitmaka, a long time ago, a being with a long nose, they say, came out of the ocean. It would root up trees with its nose to get at persons who sought refuge in the branches. And people lived on scaffolds to get away from it. When the elephant was seen, it was thought to be the same creature. Number 5, Atacapa of Louisiana, one of the earliest records of this tribe, tells of their tradition that a beast of enormous size perished in one of the several nearby watercourses. Duralde, the chronicle, adds that the subsequent discovery of an elephant skeleton in Karancro, Bayou, seemed to realize this tradition. In short, although it is not difficult to disbelieve one tradition or 2, or even 3, the cumulative effect of all the available stories is irresistibly persuasive. There have been misinterpretations, distortions, leading questions, and outright inventions that cannot be denied. But when all the due allowance has been made for these, there remains a solid foundation of genuine memories of the elephant that refuses to be explained away. A.L. Kroeber said, "In an early stage, while man's numbers were few and his arts and weapons undeveloped, these species may have continued to live alongside him without serious molestation. Once better equipped and organized, Indian tribes may well have put an end to Piedmont bison, horses, camels, mastodons, and mammoths, possibly in a few centuries in a given terrain." This is according to A.L. Kroeber, the Maya and their neighbors, Appleton Century Crofts Incorporated, 1940, page 475. See also Ivan T. Sanderson, Living Treasure, 1941, pages 39 and 53, 126 and 127. The above sources also were cited in Harris, The Book of Mormon Message and Evidence, 1961, pages 89 through 92. There's an image on Stele 5 at Copan, Honduras, appears to represent elephants. Amazing. Don't you agree? Where are the critics now? Their voices are silent. There's much more to come. Don't miss any of the many episodes, and remember, call, don't fall. Call for guidance from the Lord. Don't fall for the clever misrepresentations of fault finders.